I'm going to put some context to this for the video. So, I started practicing an hour ago, less than an hour ago. I have done 2 sessions, and that is it. I am on pace. At least I think I am. Maybe not pace for pole, but I'm on pace. So here we are then, another video, another episode of League Racing. Here we are for WOR round number 8 at Portimao, a return to Portugal. A very rare race here, which is not something I often do in this game, so very much looking forward to it. If you haven't seen the last race, guys, at Mexico, the most complete, best league race on this game, check it out, link in the top right. Should have pressed it there. I might actually finish this and get the Delta.
Yeah, I don't think we can do 3 anyway.
I've had another little screen freeze. I think I've got some PC issues creeping up. That's 3 races in a row now I've had this. And I can confirm I'm still having those issues even a week later, which is concerning. It's not terrible. Anyway, that aside, we're going to go on to our second attempt because the first one went wrong pretty much straight away. So we're going to try and hopefully correct that mistake. So opening up DRS, turn 1, we're going to go a little bit slower this time and take it a bit more cautious as we look to try and set a decent bank of traffic on the way through. But no brake marker boards means we miss our apex. The brake marker board's gone. Oh god, that put me off so much. My braking point for turn 1 is the 50-meter board, and because I didn't know it was gone when I done my outlap, it was still there, so someone knocked it over. I didn't know where to brake. So now, third try, we're going to hopefully get turn 1 spot on. So we're going to brake at the white line instead as a reference, take it in 6th, and this time we stay within track limits. Down to 3rd for the hairpin here as we open up the exit. A little bit of oversteer on the way through, but for the most part,
okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
It's a decent start, and it's a very high 21.5 in sector 1, but not bad. Anything in the 5s is decent enough. Making our way out of the hairpin, and we're up by 2.5 tenths now, so this is actually pretty decent. That banker, which we finished, just so we had a delta reference, was actually in the 9s, and we found even more time. So if we can bring this home, we're looking at potentially a 5, maybe even a 6, if we can, get it right. But we lose a bit of time through the double right-hander and the downhill section, and we're now only a 10.5, but we also run deep into the left hairpin, so we lose even more time as we don't quite catch the apex. We do, however, get some time back through the right hairpin, and we're going to improve. Lost a little bit there. Marginally, but it's an okay improvement. Lost a little bit as the lap went on, man. I'll keep pushing. I might be able to still get out here. Timing-wise, it's possible. The issue is, will I have enough temperature? If I have any traffic, though, people have left it too late because it's about as far as you can get it.
Yeah, you might make it, Tom.
I'm going to be alright. I'm going to be okay. I can't fuck around too much with the warm-up, but I'll make it. Let's try not to invalidate straight away. So, we are just going to get it on the buzzer. We're going to get 4 runs. We had 4 sets of tyres, and we do manage to squeeze in 1 more run. So, let's try and improve. We know where the time was lost on the last one, so let's get to it. Checkered flag drops, making our way through 1, 2, and 3. Finding a bit of time actually through turn 3 there, but then through turn 4, we just kind of bottom out and get the wrong line and lose half a tenth, which was a real shame. Down towards turn 5, braking a bit too late there, pushing a bit too much and overdriving. Too deep. Overdriving. We're now going to try and pull this back as we head through the double rights. Just under a tenth down on our previous best. Nah, it's gone. Missed it. Overdriving to fuck.
It's close, man. A 4-6 would put you 7th.
It's close. Do you not see the pole by 2 tenths?
I mean, apart from that, yeah. Apart from that, but that doesn't matter.
Someone that should be in his faults is P1 right now. Now, if you take away a, I'd say, surprisingly quick pole time from Joris Krozen, P2 was a 3.2, which, if I just had a smooth lap, we would have been like a 10.5 off. It was a really tight, close grid. My final sector let me down there. My first and my mid was okay, but my final I've done like low 7. Which, a mid 5, to be fair, mid 5 only gives me pre-13, but yeah. I'm not mad about it. 2 sessions of practice, I'm happy.
People are going hard.
I think a lot of people don't know about the tyre compound.
Now we'll talk about that in just a moment. For now though, we're going to focus on the race start. We are going to go for mediums, cars behind me on softs. It's a good start, good reaction as we jump Leo Lund, or at least match him. In the second phase though, he pulls back in front as we get some wheel spin, making our way into turn one. We're going to try and be aggressive here up the inside. We have to get right out of it to not run into the back of Schluter in the McLaren as we head into 3. What the fuck? Oh, it's been completely destroyed. We were the only car to get wrecked there, which was extremely unfortunate. Let me get back in the train. Not a big deal though, so we're going to get straight back to work. We've got Bogdan Moldovan who's been spun round at the hairpin. So just to quickly mention regarding tyres, at this track you have the hard tyre, which is actually a C0, which is extremely hard and the only track I think that has that compound available. So there's actually a step. Can't be doing that. Not this early. It goes from C0 hard to C2 medium and C3 soft. So basically no one is going to use hards in this race whatsoever unless they're feeling lucky or they don't know about the tyre steps. So already we've got a warning and that's not ideal. However, we have got back in the train because everyone's battling quite heavily. So it's a bit of a weird first lap, but we're back in the race regardless after that mistake. And also we're going to see cars pitting because of damage already. There's a lot of cars in with damage. 3 cars in. One of them's got a pen, most likely will retire.
Yeah, there's one split, but they're about to come back into the RS again.
Oh, is that the reason why Liam had damage?
Okay, DRS is now available.
Mark was out of the RS, but he's back in now.
Pace is very strong so far. At least it feels like it to me anyway. Battle for the lead.
Yeah.
You were a battery.
15%. I'm going to push to get back in.
Yeah. Man, I'm having to burn back here. I can't even relax. Now the pace was really strong in this race, a bit like in Mexico in many ways. You know, just having to work really hard to stick with the pack. Now, to be fair, so far it more or less seems that the whole train's actually intact and everyone is within DRS of everybody else. So that is also an encouraging sign. Jack, can you tell me Bogdan's battery?
Okay, clear.
He's on 80.
Wow, okay. Dropped. However, lap 6, I have been dropped. I was trying to save some battery, and by doing that, I just lost a few hundredths here and there. Eventually, it added up to being over a second, and we've now lost DRS. So the most immediate thing now is to try and get back within range using a lot of battery, which we do achieve by the end of the lap, and we're back in the train. So yeah, pretty much the first part of this race was just staying in the race. Like I said, the fact we got taken out, and now that DRS is enabled, it's very hard to overtake around this track. It's just one of them ones where you can't do much with it. Obviously qualifying was a bit scruffy, pace was a lot better, but now Elliot Noren spins at turn 3. He had a little scare a few laps back, and now he's gone. Oh, that might be the end of our race. And as you can hear me say, that might be the end of our race because the pace is very strong, very relentless right now in the train. And that has dropped myself and Bogdan away from the pack.
Bogdan's used a bit of batteries on 50 now.
He's made a few mistakes here and there. He's had to burn to stay in the train. He's had to burn now to keep up.
Bogdan's in 25 now. Yes.
Now I'm on 10. I'm holding on now. I burned a lot more in the first few laps. I'm a bit more on pace, but up and down ever since. I think we're going to catch back up though. I think it's quick enough. He's flashing now.
With these soft guys, you should begin to catch a bit more.
Anyway. Who's the leading soft runner?
It's Nico Benz and P1. Like P1 and 2 are still on softs.
Okay, good. Means the pace will slow down from the front. So valuable information, P1, P2 are on softs, and hopefully they'll start to drop back now as those soft tyres start to wear out. But Bogdan and myself, unfortunately, our pace is good. We're both very quick, but we're just losing so much on that main straight, and we was keeping the gap around 1.5, but we just couldn't quite get back in. And now we started to work together, you know, many laps later. I'm kind of skipping a few laps here, but what the fuck? We had a bit of a weird bump as we overtook him on lap 12 there. Just a bump. But literally, we just spent the entirety of the stint relaying, swapping around, trying to keep up with the cars ahead. But now, the fact that me and him had run out of battery, and now the gap was starting to grow, and we were starting to really drop back. Pace was good, but once you lose the RS here, it's hard to get battery because you run pretty much maximum wing. So with that in mind, we're going to struggle big time.
Well, me and Bogdan are both struggling now.
And literally, we was pushing really hard, driving really fast, overdriving, you know, which isn't ideal around here, trying to keep up and catch up. So at this point, we're just trying to limit the damage and stay, you know, within 3 to 5 seconds, hopefully within undercut range, so we can box a little bit earlier, try and undercut our way back into the train. That's literally impossible. At least the objective we have. So on to lap 15, the majority of the soft tire runners have now pit. The gap to Leroy is still 3.2, 3.3 seconds, but it's just really tough to make up any ground, and we lost, you know, half a second from the finish line to turn 1 just in that sequence alone. Lap 15, we're gonna get back past Bogdan here, I believe, and we're just gonna keep doing this, you know, relay. I won't show every single lap what happened, but you get the gist. This is what was happening. You know, lap in, lap out, swap, 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 trying to stay as fast and competitive as possible at all times.
Kyle.
In the meantime, you hear Leroy say Kai because he actually had contact with him, so we gained a place there for free, which is good.
Mark just rear-ended him.
Either way, on to lap 16, Mark Schluter, 3-second time penalty into the pits off the medium tyres.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
And he retires, which also gives us another
Green flag.
free position as Bogdan once again goes through. So a couple of casualties, which is going to help us out in hopefully our final finishing position. Lap 18 now over half race distance and pretty much now within pit window. It's time to start thinking about pitting. Now, lap 18 is about as early as you can go for a medium soft stint. You see the tyre wear in the bottom right, we are quite high on tyre wear, but it is now time to box.
I'm going.
Understood.
I'm
Stopping
going, yeah.
this lap.
Bogdan's in as well, so I can keep working with him.
I just need to get back on that train.
Yeah, I hear you. And again, same thing for Leroy. Towards the end, he had a few, you know, issues with other cars, and he also dropped out of range, so he's trying to undercut to get back in. Chat, please message if you're alive with me. I'm not have to reset my chat. No, we know. Also having a few just issues with my live chat on Twitch at the time. Anyway, back on the way.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
So rejoining, we actually gained a second on Leroy pretty much in that pit phase, which, you know, between the in-lap, the pit entry, the pit stop itself, and rejoining. But you can see on the out-lap alone, we lost about a second because Leroy's got DRS on Wilson Hall, which is really just costing us that time right now. And we still don't have any battery. And, you know, Bogdan has a bit more than me, I think, but we're both very marginal. Either way, we're pushing, working together. You can see the gap is actually about the same as before. And it did come down to about 1.5 once again. They started to battle, but then eventually, lap 29, the gap just shot up to like 6 seconds, 5 seconds to Leroy, and it just wasn't happening, man. Our pace was really good, genuinely. We was not slow at all, but if you don't have DRS here, you just bleed so much time. So we're on 2 warnings now. Careful. We're losing too much time now, even if there is pens. And we're out the 6 second window, let alone the 3. Storage just fucking pissed off out front.
Yep.
No, I don't think that's him. If that's him, then can't be asked.
Is it him?
Yeah, he's 4.5 seconds clear.
What the fuck? Pace is finally slowing down out there, but we're too far back. And yeah, as you can hear, you know, just Joris is checked out front. The whole train is in a pack together, and there's actually a few time penalties. You know, Leo Lund and a few other drivers, Franek, I believe, Marariak as well. But we're just not close enough to benefit, because had we been close enough, we could have maybe got a point if we overtake Bogdan on this last lap, but that's not going to happen. How much brake does Bogdan have? Jack, can you tell me? She just put the jets on just now.
There was a massive delay on the stream, but he was on 70% going into the start of the straight.
70.
Yeah. Yeah, I was unlucky. As soon as I had the guy spun, it was basically race done.
Yeah. Credit to Bogdan, he had a lot of battery saved up. Probably could have used some of it to try and get us close, but you can see with the final results. Yeah, just a shame, really. Pace was fine. If you look at the fast laps from everybody else, you know, in the cars ahead of us, considering it's just me and Bogdan the whole race by ourselves, very similar pace, 18.1. It was more than good enough. But yeah, just unfortunate, really. You know, not much you can do with these races when these things happen. But that one spin from Elliot Loren, breaking the train, just didn't allow us to recover. We tried to box early with the undercut, and again, it still didn't gain us anything. It was just so difficult to catch, you know, especially towards the end of each stint, the gap really blew up, so we just ended up bleeding too much time. So there's the final result. We go pointless here after scoring a P6 in Mexico last time out, which was actually, there was P8 across the line. We got given 2 more places to depends. So as you can see, here's the championship. We're 17th right now. I would like to possibly in the last 3 races duplicate the points that I have and finish on like 36. I'd be very happy with that if that were to be the case. Racing tonight at Spa, we're going to see how that goes. I've done some practice for that already, and pace is looking okay. To be fair, we're looking in the mix. I'm trying to see if I can shave off a bit more time in the evening before the race starts later on at 8 PM UK time in a little bit. But yeah, guys, there is your lot for today's video and episode. Like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Link down below to my link tree. Check out all my social medias, including my Twitch, which is where I stream these races every Monday night, and also create a series every Saturday night. And yeah, guys, just watching. As always, a big shout out to the members for supporting the channel and all the content that I make. As always, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already for more league racing content. And yeah, guys, just watching, and I'll see you very soon. Take care, and let's go back from me. Adios.